Good evening, everyone. I hope you all are ready for some amazing football action. It is I am Axel Raven, here to bring you the SFLm preseason game. This is actually the first game. Actually, this is the first game of the entire league, I believe, that we've had of the minor league. So that is awesome. I'm here joined with me tonight is my good friend, Daniel Wright. Good evening, Daniel.
Good evening, sports fans. Who's excited for some football? Because I know I am.
I'm raising my hand right now. No, this should be a great time tonight. Again, the simple scrimmage between two solid teams. San Jose has a history of being a really hard nosed defense. Ottawa last season, I think, had a little bit of struggles, not doing as well in their record themselves, but really a up and coming team. And again, with the minor leagues, with the solid influx of new talent coming in, every season is bound to be different, and each, as people come in, even during the regular season, the rosters, the teams continue to evolve, which is sort of the fun part of the minor league.
Yeah, and as we've seen last season, it doesn't matter how good your team is, any team can win the big one. I believe
Absolutely.
that the people that we picked didn't even make playoffs.
Many people didn't. Yeah, like there's Lexington was not one of the favorites, nor was Madison coming into it, but they were both found themselves in that final championship game. Annapolis came out really strong, had a really solid running attack that really bowled over most of the other teams for the majority of the season. But really, just at the end, sort of fell a little flat in a couple of their final games, losing out there. Similarly, we had big hopes for Tacoma. They started off big in a game or two, but also they were a little lackluster in a few other games as well. But again, this is preseason. And if any of you don't know quite about how preseason works, both in the SFL and SFLm, the SFLm here is sort of mimicking what the approach is over on the SFL, the pro style. Both teams are set up with generic playbooks on both sides of the ball, offense, defense, on both for both teams. So neither team really has any advantage. It's not this is a non-scoutable event. This is just simply a fun, friendly scrimmage between two teams wanting to get on the field. Feed some of that hunger for you all wanting to see yourselves out on the field, instead of waiting all the way until the end of April. So waiting another maybe 7 or 8 weeks until this regular season starts. So without further ado, I'm actually, let me see. Yep, it sounds like the crowd is out and ready for the coin toss. So that's how to head on down to the field here. The scrimmage tonight is taking place at the SFLm practice facility. Got a nice little crowd here to see the game.
People are ready for a game. We smell a good one. I think this is going to be a damn good game.
Absolutely. We saw Terrence Pearson there, cornerback for the Ottawa. He's actually
we're going to see a few familiar faces as well because of the two-way contract. So that'll be fun to see.
Absolutely, and some that were even I wouldn't say snubbed. I think players that are continuing to develop, into the pro level players that they will probably be at the end of this next regular season. Anthony Delano, like you said, two-way for the Revs, out playing out right now in the regular season for Louisiana. So here we see the captain shaking hands, ready for the toss up, the coin toss. Let's see what it is. It is tails. Cavalry will choose to receive, and the flight.
So they're going to start with the offense. Okay. Good question, Hughes Mason Jr. The two-way contract is pretty simple in terms of how it works. The way it works for us in the pros is if you don't have a position that gets play all the time on the field, you will come back to the minor league and you'll keep playing in the minor leagues, but you'll progress as a pro. So these are the people that might have another person that's taking up their position first, and they still get a chance to play. We want everyone to have a chance to play, equal opportunity to play, and they're still contracted with the pros and on their team as well. So
That is correct. So we saw Ottawa receiving it. They got up to the 25-yard line. That is where they'll be starting their drive. Here we see number 7, Cyrus Jive, going underneath center with a single back. Pro look formation there for the offense. Nice drop back, little dump down, check down pass to the tailback, number 20, Dwayne Salmons is how I'll pronounce his name, unless anybody in the chat corrects me. Dwayne Salmons.
Yeah, it looks like a loss of one, but they're just feeling things out right now. Now, Cyrus Jive, interestingly enough, didn't play with Ottawa last season.
Tell me more about that.
Well, you know that
Oh,
last
yes.
season, Scar Patterson was on Ottawa.
Yes, I forgot. Cyrus Jive, does he come? I think he came from another team that was subsided, conglomerated into the other team. Was it Memphis, perhaps?
I was thinking it was Memphis, but I could be wrong with that.
Okay. A nice little 7-yard gain right there. Got a split spread formation there. Little handoff from the shotgun. Not going anywhere for number 47. That is the fullback, Azami Mehata.
And that was blown up by Jacob DeBall. So we get the first action of the defense showing up and playing.
Forcing Ottawa to punt here on that first drive, not having quite enough to get those 10 yards. Looks like Guy does say that Jive did come from Memphis. Thank you so much, Guy Clausen. They'll receive it at around the 40, get up to the 43, and that is where the flight will take over and try their hand at moving down the field. We saw Anthony Delano Jr. Out there receiving that ball. Jordan Sipe is the quarterback, with Jay-Z Bacon, the tailback, and Taranio Rivera as the fullback. Again, similar, we're seeing the split spread formation in the gun. Drop back to pass, throws it over the middle. Nice little, probably 4-yard gain. To number 86. I believe 86 is their wide receiver number 3. There's usually only exactly generic non-user player. So right now it looks like around 14 people right now, user players on each of the teams. The rest of the roster is made up of generic players, all at a base copper where every user player started their career. We saw a nice tackle there.
Save this game. We got Juan Mississippi making the tackle. One of the best names in the pros and minor leagues.
Absolutely. He is a two-way contractor from Denver, playing with the Nightwings in the pros this season. We've seen I formation by the flight. Nice little run with the fullback out to block. I thought that would go a little bit further than that, but they get up to the 1, or get within 1 on the 4th down, or on the 3rd down, but not quite enough to move the chains.
So that was the corner coming in to make that tackle, Terrence Pearson. So really good finding the way to get around the blockers to make that tackle.
Good navigation. No, they might go for it here. We'll see what they think, what their thoughts are. Pretty early to bet it all here on this 4th and 1. We'll see if perhaps they will hike it or maybe just simply call a timeout.
I smell some cheese here.
Yep. They'll opt for the timeout, trying to see if the Cavalry defensive line will jump off sides.
So far we've seen 2 stands by the defense. No first downs to be had on either side. So teams are still filling each other out by the looks of it.
Yet both teams were able to simply move the ball a little bit here or there. You know, the 4-yard pickup, the 3-yard pickup, but not quite enough to move those chains. But like you said, they haven't been forced to face anybody other than their second stringers on the other side of the ball during practice so far this last month or so. Got the punt back. Nice booming punt. Received at about the 11 or so yard line. Taken up to the 23. So Ottawa gets their second try for their second drive of the quarter.
Now, what do you think they have to do differently now to try and get some first downs going? Do they have to go throwing some more?
I think throwing. I think getting in there. Looks like they're going to a quad formation here. Oh, a nice little pass. I'm sorry, a handoff there. Just not quite getting it. So for Ottawa, they saw some success in that first drive with passing it out, I believe, to their tight end, getting that up to, I think it was around a 7-yard pass. That might be what they're looking for, is getting their big tight end working out there, getting that ball. Here they've line up in a split back pro formation. Back to throw. Gets it out over the defenders.
And who caught that? 42. So that was the tight end, Dusty Rourke. 2-way contract with the Charleston Predators. Nice catch from him. A nice run as well.
She actually, she is a female. She is the partner, girlfriend, I think, of fellow Dusty offensive lineman, I believe, on the Predators as well. But she joined the league last season, season 4. This is the start to season 5, preseason games. Big things, I think, for her. She's a big target out there. Being able to get use. Oh, nice pass there. Threading the needle to number 11, Gus Scott.
And just like you said, Axel, they're starting to throw the ball and they're starting to move those chains.
I think, Jive probably just needed a little bit of confidence boost, right? A little like dusting himself off and like, can I make these throws? That one out to Dusty York was a nice little floater that hopped over the defensive back, but that last one went pretty much through the hands of the defender into the hands of Gus Scott. Drops a short drop back, pass over to the side to number 84, it looks like.
First catch of his career.
You know that fellow there, it sounds like.
I might know of him. He's probably watching somewhere else right now and cursing if I don't say his name.
That was Adam Banks, new wide receiver out there for Ottawa Cavalry, making
and
a great.
People don't know, that would be my younger brother Willa.
Absolutely, they try their hand they try their foot on the ground there to no avail. Looking at a 3rd and 3 here. That was again running back number 20, Dwayne Salmons. Again, Dwayne is brand new. This is his first game out here. Season 5 will be his first season. On the other side of the ball for the flight, they have JZ Bacon, who is already has 1 season under his belt. An iffy little pass there. Jive goes in motion a little bit to get away from some defenders and tosses it into a sea of navy blue, it looked like.
I think it was over the line of game or line of scrimmage, so this might be a legal play.
There you go. Illegal forward pass already over that line of scrimmage. Will force them
really hurts too, because I think they might have pushed them out of field goal range.
Yeah. So the Cavalry do not have a contract kicker. Oh, someone's throwing the flag out there.
We got the red flag early. Let's see if R62 will do right or wrong. Who's going to be clapping, guys? Who do you think's clapping?
Was he past that blue? He was not. It looked like he was tiptoeing just like half a yard before that, to me.
It's close. I think he was behind too, but... Oh, and they think so as well. Look at that.
Overturned. So it will be probably 4th and 4, 4th and 3, because it'll
still be a 4th down, but I think they're in field goal range. I think this is the difference between 3 points and no points.
So my math that I do is whatever the yard line they're at plus 17 yards, 7 for the kicker to be back or the holder to be back, 10 yards for the end zone. So 31. This would be a 48-yard field goal.
It's right on the verge. This could go either way.
This is a generic kicker. Good distance and a good accuracy. That puts the first points on the board for this game. We have Shaylee Camacho, generic kicker for the Ottawa Cavalry. I think there was probably another 5 or 6 yards on that distance there.
It was a good-looking kick, and like we said, that was the difference between 3 points and no points, so that was a good challenge by Ottawa.
The kickoff is off, fielded at around the 10-yard line. Delano running up to the 29, getting a nice little 19-yard gain there on the return. So again, we'll see the flight offense. Jordan Sipe at quarterback, Jay-Z Bacon at running back. We see him and Turanio Rivera at fullback in a staggered off weak eye, it looks like. Nice blocking up the middle. Jay-Z with that nice little boost seems to get, 17 yards on that play.
Really nice. Good run. Good blocking once again, and this time no one could catch him until he was like 16, 17 yards up.
Yeah, you see the fullback there, number 22, getting that solid block that just opens up that sideline for him. Tackled there by number 21, TJ Frosty, free safety for the Ottawa Cavalry. Here they are at the 46-yard line, looking to cross over midfield here. They're set in the gun straight option formation. Back to pass on a nice little midfield out route. That is number 82 for the flight.
That's the tight end, DJ Bandit.
They call him the
Rock is going to be enjoying that one.
They call him the Bear. I'm curious on the story there if there's any background. Did he fight a bear? In his youth, he was 5 and the bear came at him and he somehow took the bear down. Another important player there for the flight. Again, tight ends on both sides of this team, or either team, are going to be hugely important as the season unfolds when the regular season kicks off in about a month and a half or so. Back to throw. Takes a nice little sidearm. Up, gains of 5 there. Pass to number 44.
It looked like they came off with a linebacker blitz, kind of a slant that was really slow progression. So it was nice to get that underhand throw or sidearm throw before the pressure came to him.
Just sort of saved his bacon there. Pardon the pun with Jay-Z Bacon in the back. We'll see what they do here. Nice little pass. That was a very good, able to see the field to make sure that he was past that first down marker by about a yard or so. Number 11, that's Anthony Delano.
Looks like both teams are finding some good movement with the ball in the air, and they're well within field goal range now. They might be looking for 7. They're right on the red zone.
That they are the lip of the red zone, or if it was red zone, maybe it's the lip. That actually makes some sense. Maybe it's some lipstick. I don't know. Nice little check down pass to the Jay-Z Bacon again, churning his legs, doing a little spin move out there for a pickup of 11. He is sizzling, Daniel, wouldn't you say?
Oh, he is, but I want to take a look at this block. This block by number 44 was perfect, just in time. Look at him, boom.
Just
gets the first down.
Just takes him out of that tackle, pushes him back a little bit.
Don't worry, O-line. We respect you guys too.
We have an I formation here. I pro, it looks like. Back to throw. tosses it. Not able to hold on, number 82.
He
DJ,
just threw that into a crowd. It's lucky it wasn't intercepted.
it might have been that DJ was just doing what he needed to do so that it wasn't intercepted. And like, if I can't have it, ain't nobody else having it. Back to throw. Fakes it to the right and tosses it over the top. Not able to hang on. Would have been a nice little grab there. Just not good enough hands there by what I believe is the backup tight end. Another generic or non-user player.
Looked like he was able to pump fake the safeties out of position. So got lucky Ottawa at that time.
So here we see a bunch on the bottom. Three wide receivers. Back to pass, a far drop back by the quarterback and is taken down. Someone was asking for a sack earlier. Well, there it is. Your sack lunch of the sack dinner of the evening so far. There's a generic defensive end there for Ottawa.
And what looked like a promising drive will now have to settle for 3 again.
So here we see the contract kicker for San Jose Flight. This is Ty Troha. Joined over this last month or so for a 22-yard field goal. I'm sorry, 32-yard field goal, and nails it. Now we have a game, 3-3. It is now even.
We're at the next step, right? They felt each other out. Now they both scored 3 points, so the game is rolling I expect a touchdown in this next series if things keep the way they are.
We have a minute and a half left of the first. Still plenty of game left. Ty Troha again to kick the kickoff here. To Gus Scott receiving on the other side. Received and running up the middle, taking a spin move, got him a couple more yards than he would have had, and brings it up to the 28-yard line. And that is where Ottawa will start their next drive. So we'll see Cyrus Jive, Dwayne Salmons, Azami Mahata, Dusty Work, Gus Scott, and Adam Banks all on the offense there for the Cavalry. Setting a split back pro formation there. A drop back, pass over the middle, caught for a pickup of probably 8. Yep. Looks like they'll mark it as 8. That is number 11, Gus Scott.
And it's so nice to see so many first-time chat viewers in the chat watching this game, guys. So
Absolutely.
Nice to see.
Well, I hope we're having fun. If you have questions, let us know. We're happy to try to answer them. Again, as I was saying at the very beginning, preseason games are all using the same generic playbooks. Both offensive, defensive playbooks are the same for both teams. So it's just sort of a friendly scrimmage between the two teams. Just to see your players get out there, get some one-on-one practice with another team, have a little bit of fun before the season starts in end of April. You see a staggered eye formation, a spread look for the wide receivers. Back to throw, looking for somebody. That was a pretty his forward progress was a foot past that yellow line there, giving them the first down.
That would be the third string wide receiver.
That would be Marcelo Gomez out there. Each of the minor league teams has 2 wide receivers, two user player wide receivers. So again, Ottawa Cavalry have Gus Scott and Adam Banks that are out there.
And just like that, we are down 1 quarter. It's a 3-3 game. Let's see what happens now in the second.
On the defensive side for the Flight, They have defensive tackle Robert Vale. They've got inside linebacker Juan Mississippi, outside linebacker newly joined Timothy Connolly, longtime cornerback Terrence Pearson. He is the only gold player out there right now, or in between these two teams. We also have cornerbacks Amar Bryan Jr., free safety TJ Frosty, free safety Kevin Smoker, and strong safety Josh Neal out there. There we saw Dwayne Salmons for no gain.
Second and 10 at midfield.
Again, the split back. Nice little handoff here. Trying to get what he can.
They're just having a hard time getting that run game going.
Yeah. You know, again, probably only has a few weeks of progressions underneath him. Dwayne Salmons does. You know, only bound to get better every single week as a copper player. You get to add 5 points to some of your primary, to any of your primary attributes. There's also secondary attributes, which you can add 8 points to. So you're progressively each week getting your player better and better. And there's still, like I said, you know, 6, 7, 8 weeks before the kickoff of the regular season. So plenty of time to boost your players up. Now is a great time to join if you're interested in joining the minor league.
We just saw a nice line bomb that time to Adam Banks, putting them maybe in field goal range once again at the 22. Alien, a simple space nerd. For your question, this is being controlled CPU versus CPU, so there's no people playing right now.
That is simply the All Pro Football 2000 2K8 AI out there controlling both teams. But each player is controlled and progressed and grown through progressions. Every single week, they're able to add to their attributes and make their player better, and they see each other out on the field. And during regular season, there's a coaching crew so offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators that put together this special tailored playbooks that each team will be playing to maximize and take over, try to get those wins against other teams. So a lot of scouting, a lot of practice in the form of simming games throughout the week, etc. That was a nice little 2-yard pickup there.
Yeah, they have to be careful on those plays, though. The defense saw it and almost got their hands on it once again.
And if you're interested, even for those that are just joining, if you're wanting to learn how to scout, if you're wanting to learn how to, coach, there's a lot of opportunities out there for you as well. The team you might join on would be, I can tell you from experience, would be happy to have someone there that is hungry to learn how to scout the previous games of their competitors, to help give their offensive coordinators, that extra information to develop a game plan that will get them that win.
So for game plans specifically, they are set before the game is played. They're set on a specific day, so you have to scout and you can change in the middle of it.
Correct. You turn in your playbook 1 or 2 days before the games are set. Everybody has the same due dates. So it is up to the AI to make the adjustments, on the fly during the game or during the halftime, based on what they see out on the field. So Ottawa takes the quick lead, the short, small 3-point lead here in the top of the second quarter. The kicker set to kick off. And I believe it is Anthony Delano that is returning here for the flight. Takes it up to the 30-yard line. Gets it's a decent starting spot.
Both teams are struggling just around the red zone and outside the red zone, it seems. We can't get anyone any closer to get the touchdown, so let's see if the flight can change that.
Here we see a staggered eye. Looks like a strong eye. Spread formation by the wide receivers. Run up the gut for a gain of 3 by number 23. That is JZ Bacon. You may also know JZ Bacon. JZ stands for Josh Circle. If you've tuned into any of any any of the pro games. He's often a broadcaster. If you tune in to SFL Crunch Time on the SFL YouTube channel, you'll see and hear his name. That's sort of his brainchild as well. Here he is again, running up the gut to no gain. Stopped there by TJ Frosty.
Yeah, free safety coming in on that tackle, so it's nice to see them getting some action in here.
You being a free safety yourself, Daniel, I'm sure you'd like to see some of that action.
Oh, definitely. I got one tackle for loss for the whole season so far, so I'm in there every now and again getting a few tackles.
Absolutely. Here they are with the bunch formation at the bottom. Back to pass over to the corner. Was out of bounds, not able to haul it inbounds, so that'll bring up a 4th and 7 for the flight.
That was good coverage by the Ottawa defender, making sure that there was no room for that flight to actually get the ball while inbound to make a play.
So the flight are forced to punt here. And I'm guessing the Cavalry will have decent field position. They might be around the 35 or 40 of their own field, but a little bit better than, say, a kickoff would be. Ooh, down at the 29. Shortened that.
Superb kick.
Absolutely. By the non-user punter, the generic punter.
Hey, they need love sometimes too, man.
They do. There are, offensive linemen and punters and kickers are loved by many throughout the league. They are the unsung heroes many times. They can really make a big difference in the game, in the run game for offensive linemen, in the pass protection game. Punters are great to be able to pin receivers in the coffin corner kicks, or the kickers getting those long field goals. So there we saw number 11 with the reception, a 7-yard gain off to the side.
A nice little spin move too to take the first defender. Unfortunately, the second defender was able to stop him before too much damage was done. So we're looking at 2nd and 3. Whole playbook is open right now.
Yeah, they could go run. They could go, play action. They could go a nice little pass. Looks like a little toss out to the back. That was probably not the option that they should have chosen, but sets them back lots of 5 or 6 yards.
When I meant the whole playbook, guys, I didn't mean the play that sets it back 5 yards.
Just some really good play there by number 60. 60 is a generic linebacker, I believe. There we see number 56, the back of Adam Chance, there in the middle. Inside linebacker role. Dropping back into coverage. Ooh. Stone hands there by number 86.
I think we both said the same thing there. There was no way that was going to be a first down regardless, even if we did catch up.
Yeah. All right, so they're forced to punt from their own 32-yard line. So far, a game of field goals. It's bound to happen, right? Somebody's got to be able to break out a little bit. Again, just feeling each other out. There's still over 6 minutes left in this first half. What looks like to be a high but short punt is fielded at around the 45, brought up to the 47, and knocked down, tumbling like a bowling ball.
Now, the flight has really good field position for this. Maybe 2 first downs, maybe 3, and they're right in field goal range right off the bat.
And that would bring up a tie for that with that field goal. But we'll see what they can do. Again, they've got the slightly stronger, more seasoned veteran running back in JZ Bacon. They're in an I pro formation here. We'll see what they decide to do, a run or pass. It is a run, but it is stopped in the backfield. It looks like they just haven't practiced that play enough. Looked like they might have run into each other back there.
And it was nice. Defensive line saw it coming and just sprinted as soon as he could, right to the spot before the block could happen. 2nd and 13, so we're looking at a long here. Probably going to do a throw play, if I would have to guess.
Nickel in the defensive in the nickel formation. Nice tap down pass defended by number 24. Number 24 is Amar Bryant Jr.
Good hands.
I believe this is either his. This might be this. Season 5 might be his either second or even third year in the minors. Just using that time to build up his player, and you're seeing the evidence of that right there.
Third and long. So way I say it is secondary look alive.
They're in a dime formation for the D there. Back to pass, tightening up the pocket.
Speaking of stone hands.
It looks like defensive tackle Vale, Robert Vale, that's his first name. Robert Vale was there, was pushing that pocket, making it close in on Jordan Sipe there, forcing him to throw too early to the sideline. Forcing the punt here. So far, it's been a very defensive battle back and forth. Just waiting for that offense to bust open. Nice little shimmying.
This is a good showing for defense as well. So
absolutely. So Ottawa will take over. So Ottawa has 6 user players on their offense, and they've got 8 on their defense. The defense for the flight out on the field right now is 8 as well on defense, and they have 7 on offense. Back to pass. Nice little side route there. Pick up a 5. Over to Gus Scott, the veteran receiver on the team. Other than the first couple drives first drive from each of the teams, we really haven't seen the tight ends in play that much yet lately.
No, I mean, we can't even say the hashtag right now.
We can't. We'll have to wait. So whatever that hashtag is, we're not going to tell you until we see that come to action, come to fruition. Nice. Ooh, that is some powerful running there. Gets within inches of the first down marker. It's number 20. That is, again, Dwayne Salmons. He was forcing, or what is it? Compelling himself forward. No matter what came in front of him, he was moving forward. An I formation with a lone wide receiver at the top. A little toss to the back, and he picks up the first.
Good composure to run back a little bit to make sure he got the outside edge.
And strong enough running, strong enough speed and agility to cut that edge once it appeared.
I thought he was going to be short on first, but see that little pushback, and he kept running.
Some nice, smart running there. They must be practicing that.
For your question, Stormy Coyote, age is not really a thing, but injuries do happen. Injuries are once per game, though. Injuries won't last for weeks or nothing like that. We have the best doctors in the house. You'll only miss the game if you do miss a game.
Oh, a nice leaping tackle trying to get there, number 33. But it was number 59 for the flight that took him down. Again, that was the running back for the Ottawa Cavalry, Dwayne Salmons, moving up the middle. A gain of 4 on that play. Single back, pro formation, receiver to the top and bottom. And 2 tight ends out there as well. A delayed handoff, that would be probably a weak draw. And broken up in the backfield for a loss of 2 by Mr. Adam Chance.
We were talking about brain trauma, but there's Adam Chance here with the tackle.
with the smart play right there. So I'd hold off on that MRI just yet. Maybe knock something positive loose. Defense lining up in a dime package to counter this 4 wide receiver look by the offense. Back to pass. Taking his time, not finding anybody open, but just drops it down short for a gain of roughly 2 to number 42. I guess we
can do the hashtag now.
We can. The hashtag throw it to the TE. Is that how it goes? I know we've got our fellow Guy Clausen, fellow defensive tackle. I'm sorry, tight end in the chat. So forcing Ottawa to punt here. Another strong defensive stand by the flight. Fair catch called for at the 26, and that is where the flight will be taking over.
Only 2 minutes and 48 seconds left in the second, so we're getting close to the 2-minute warning. Let's see if the flight can actually make some plays and catch flight.
That's the thing. I think, you've seen bits and little glimpses of nice plays here or there, but nothing strung together in a strong enough format to move the chains in a significant manner anywhere past the 20 into the red zone. Really, I think that's been, the 20 or 18-yard line is the furthest we've seen either team go. Back to pass over the middle, and it is intercepted. Thrown into traffic, and the Ottawa Cavalry come down with it. That is number 21. That is free safety TJ Frosty.
We saw him early making a tackle on the running back, and he just perfect coverage play, sees the eyes of the quarterback, runs in to get that interception. First big play on the defensive side has been shown, and now Ottawa is looking to make good.
And starting at the San Jose 27-yard line, that is one of the best starting positions that we've seen from either team. We're seeing probably a spread look, it looks like, something similar to that. 3 wide receivers over the top. Pass is complete to number 11. That is Gus Scott for the Ottawa Cavalry, getting that first touchdown of the game.
And immediately punished with the interception right into a touchdown. It was nice to see. Right behind the coverage, too.
Yeah, you saw that deep post out there running straight up for maybe 10, 15 yards and then cutting slightly inwards, turning around to see that ball just landing right there in his pocket, his hands, there, his clutches. But that the D just not playing deep enough, maybe not thinking that he was a deep threat. So now the pendulum is swinging. Ottawa starting to take over. Will the flight be able to, in the 2 minutes, 35 seconds left of the first half, will they be able to answer and start maybe counterbalance that momentum swing that just happened for the Cavalry?
Yeah, the quarterback, Jordan Seep, or is it Seep? Is that how you pronounce that name? Last name?
Which one?
Jordan Sheep. Is that the quarterback for San Jose? I just want to make sure I'm pronouncing it right.
I think it's Sipe. Sipe. I don't know.
Okay, Jordan Sipe. It just needs to shake off the last throw, pretend it never happened.
Absolutely. You can't. This is a game of thinking and looking forward and not backwards. Definitely. So they'll take over at their own 32-yard line. And yeah, Alan in the chat, sweet pass though, definitely. We're all about camaraderie. During the games, I like to say we have 11-minute quarters, so that's 44 minutes of hard-nosed battle and competitive nature. But then before and after, we go back to being one league, one family. Big tackle behind the line there by Ottawa, taking down number 23, Jay-Z Bacon. Jay-Z so far in the second quarter looking a little limp in his performance.
Here we go.
It has started.
But the blocking's just not there in the second quarter, it looks like. We're getting some good runs. Oh,
here we go. Oh.
Nope.
That offense, the defense of the Ottawa is just really starting to play that momentum shift. They're like, oh yeah, we want this. We'll see if that continues to play out.
They tasted the end zone, and now they want to get the ball back to the offense for one last try before the end of the half. So let's see on 3rd and 12 if the secondary comes alive again, because this is definitely going to be a throw.
Yeah, we've got 4 receivers out there. Big pass over the middle, not quite there. Deflected by the number 53.
That is a linebacker all the way out there playing.
Yeah, actually,
Mississippi.
Inside linebackers, more often than not, you'd find actually dropping back into coverage, getting that 5 to 15 yards out coverage. So that is a very important. If there's any linebackers listening, coverage is equally as important as tackle and run coverage in there. So don't miss out on that. That can be a big help. Almost blocked there by Ottawa, but the flight able to get it off. And they're able to bring it up to the 30, and that's where the Ottawa Cavalry will be taking over. It tastes like winning. I like that one the best, but rations is a close second. Just reading the chat, it's entertaining. Popping that bubbly.
They're alive. They're alive and enjoying the game.
That is awesome. So we see a split back, 2 receivers on the bottom. He's a little rollout pass to the bottom for a gain of 3 yards. I thought that was going to be out of bounds. That one goes to number 84, which it looks like is Adam Banks.
That was very close to being a sack. He kind of rolled on the wrong side, it looked like, because there was pressure coming. Just able to get it off, though.
We see a strong eye tight end flex formation from the offense and a nickel formation on the defense. Little toss to the strong side. And Dwayne Salmon's not quite able to make anything out of that. Broken up there by number 33. That is a strong safety coming in to make that tackle for loss. A loss of 3, I think, on the play. 2 on the play.
And the clock continues to roll. That's the important thing about this.
That's true. A short drop back, a little pass over the middle. That was nearly taken down, taken a chance. Adam Chance there, laying on the ground with other fellow competitor O'Neill.
If I've seen that right, that was 45 Willie Stone, the second free safety to come in and get their hands on it. I almost got a pick.
It's nice seeing, the spreading around the diversity of individuals on the playing field that get the touch the ball, that get involved. Again, we said 12 to 14 players or so on each minor league team. Obviously, we hope that continues to grow as we nearer and nearer to the regular season. But right now on the pros, there is a 23-man roster. So it is guaranteed that there's 23 players on every single of those 24 teams. So if you take 23 times 24, that gives you the amount of user players that are in the pro league. And if you take the 8 teams in the minor leagues times the 12 or 14, there's a great large community out there in the Discord for the SFL. So if you join, I met Daniel, my co-presenter here, good friends. Not before we met. We met it as part of our season 3 minor league team, Tacoma Grizzlies.
Week 2, I do believe, was the first time I joined, and I got welcomed in Tacoma with open arms, and me and Axel hit it off. We got the chemistry, and we've been we like to call ourselves brothers ever since. Absolutely.
Even though we play on separate teams, and this is my second pro season, his second pro season, but on separate teams, still able to come together. Oh, that was a great little pass there and catch by the flight number 82, DJ the Bear Bandit.
Hashtag throw to the tight end.
Let's see this again. Makes it seem like he's going a little bit further. The linebacker keeps running in front of him, and he just turns around, expects that ball to be there, and that the quarterback, Sipe, just throws it exactly where it needs to be, and a nice solid pickup there. Hopefully they can start getting their ball rolling down the hill.
What about my Axel brother? He's currently in the game. We'll talk to him once he makes the pros. I see you. I see you.
I recognize that. Nice little pickup there of 5 on the little quick out route by number 11.
He didn't get out of bounds, though, so the clock is continuing to go.
Again with the nice little grab there by number 11.
That almost looked like a pick play, so he got open by the other player, just standing there.
Here we're seeing what we call, this is the APF hurry up. So again, they pick one formation and run different plays inside that one formation, trying to save time. 20 seconds left in the game, drops back, fires it over to the right into contested territory. 2 white uniforms back there. drop it down. He is lucky that did not get intercepted in the end zone.
That will look like that could have been disastrous because Amara Bryant Jr. had his hands on it.
And that would have been at least 3 points taken off the board, if hoping to convert this into 7 points here in the last 16 seconds. It did stop the clock, though. One small benefit from that errant pass. A short drop over the middle to number 82, doing a little shuffle. Is that a dirty bird?
That's something right there. DJ Bandit making good on his promise to throw it to the tight end, and he'll see him to glory.
And that, with this, should be a pretty easy kick in for the extra points. Should bring this to a 3-point ball game as we move into the half. There's another hashtag, kickers matters. Is that what it is? Kickers matter, punters matter, something like that. Because again, they're unsung heroes of the game. Sometimes they're even the highest scoring players in a game.
Every team needs one and wants one, so they're a very important role for the pros, especially.
Ty Troja there with that extra point, making it good, making it a 13-10 Ottawa game. This is now, I think the second half is going to be on fire, taking what we've seen here and just making the small adjustments that they need to, talking it over with their coaches and looking at the quick little game film and printouts to see what adjustments they need to make on both sides of the ball.
10 seconds left. I don't know what has 3 timeouts, but I don't think it's going to matter. I don't think they might be able to get into play for a Hail Mary, but it's going to be tough to try and drive this ball down the field with only 10 seconds left.
At the 24, my bet is they're just simply going to run a simple play or two and take this advantage into the locker room with them. 3-yard gain there, averaging 1.8 yards per carry. The running back will let the time just run out, and that will call it for the first half of this preseason game. Daniel, I've been enjoying this. It's been a little while since I've called the game, and this is fun seeing this new group, this new crowd, this new generation of minor league players out there on the field. A lot of excitement, a lot of passion they're bringing in. We can see pretty even for the most part across both sides. A little bit, greater passing yards for Ottawa, but the biggest point there was the time of possession that they had, taking their time with the ball. You can see some of the stats below.
It's been real fun to watch this game. This has been a bit of a defensive battle at first. Now, but both offenses on their last drives, minus the 10-second one, got a touchdown each. So we might be seeing the offenses beginning to play harder and really see the field when it comes to not only running the ball but throwing the ball. So it'll be look out for that to see more points go on the board.
Absolutely. Well, this little montage of some of the highlights of the first half go through, and you see some of these stats here of the players. You see the little minor F&I little bug in the bottom right-hand corner. I want to do a little plug for our little show that we do that will be starting up in earnest in about a month or so. The week of March 21st is our set for our first episode of our season 2. Coming back bigger and better from last season. Both Daniel and I are sort of host producers of a little minor league focused show that we do on it was previously Wednesday nights, roughly an hour and a half long, where we talk about things that all about the minor league. We speculate on the different teams. We look at the games upcoming, the different players and what's going on there. We also try to bring you knowledge, and so our first series will be bringing the deputy commissioner Andrew Rastelli in for probably one or two, first 2 episodes, where we talk through the variety of different attributes for each of your players, what they mean, how they play out on the field for the different positions. Last season we talked with him about what the animations mean. It's just a great way to sort of build our community of minor league players, that kind of thing. And if you're interested in joining our community, we've got another separate Discord channel as well. You're welcome to join. I'm going to pop that link out in the chat here as we start this second half. We saw
Yeah.
there. I'll let you go.
While you do that, I'm just going to continue what you're saying. We like to talk things about mechanics and everything when it comes to the game, so people have a better understanding as they progress, what they need to progress, what they need to do to actually make to their pros. We like to see you guys, succeed where we were once before. And like he said, mid-season of the minor leagues, we'll also be doing interviews with rookies as well. So get on board, talk to us. We'll have you up with us, and we will talk. Get your name out there so the owners who will come and watch as well can see who you're all about and why they should pick you when it comes draft time.
Absolutely. And again, most importantly, we're just there to help bridge a lot of the, make human connections, build relationships, build a community that's both in for our little minor league fights and insights, or minor F&I for short, as well as the SFL and SFLm in the Gen Chat and their Discord channel and things. So here we see the flight, small little step back, pass over the middle into enemy territory, and intercepted there by number 24.
Amar Bryant had a chance in the end zone to get an interception, but he got one right now.
I would agree, Danny J Rock. He did look a little confused. He had a little sidestep, a little step in there that looked like he wasn't sure exactly what he was going to do. Went with his gut, and his gut was not right.
Are you saying that wasn't the right way to do things?
I think his movement was all right. I just don't think he threw where he probably shouldn't have into coverage. So nice little run. Again, little 1 yard, but any small yardage is nice. It helps the next plays go a little bit better. Shortens the.
Yeah, even though they're not having too much success, you got to keep the run game going because you never know when you get that first good breakout, and it also makes them makes the defense be wary of the run versus throw. So you got to have a nice balance setup.
Here we see them in a strong eye. It drops back, passes to the far side. Number 11 picks up most of what they need for that first down, but just inches short. We'll see what
it looked like he was pulled out of bounds right before he got to the first line marker.
We'll see what they decide to do here, if they will run it up the gut or on the side, if they'll try for a pass. We'll see.
In a position like this, I like a power run straight up the gut.
It looks like that's a slight difference from what you just said, but successful nonetheless. It was a run. It was a slight toss to the far side, and picks up that first down, moves those chains.
Yeah, very important, moving the chains. So they now got at least 3 more fresh downs to work with in the red zone.
We go with a strong eye formation again. Spread formation by the wide receivers. We'll see what he drops back for pass. It was the pocket was collapsing around him. There we see number 96 was sort of one of those flight in there, the defensive line sort of coming into that pocket, giving anxiety to the quarterback. And Jive just able to get that ball out, making it a incomplete pass rather than a loss of yardage. We see a split spread gun formation. Back to pass. Not much open. And he is taken down.
Now, we like to call that a coverage sack because there was no one open in the secondary for that pass to come through. So, and nice power, keep going. Even though he was getting blocked off, still kept going to get that sack.
We see 4 wide receivers out there against the dime of the defense. Moving up in the pocket and decides to run it and slides down for a gain of, 8, 7.
The very rare quarterback run.
I wish they would run a little bit more often, actually. I feel like they could, even if they picked up 1 to 3 yards, it'd be so much better than a simple incomplete or the possibility of a sack. But it is what it is. So they'll opt to kick it. This will be a 35-yard field goal attempt. And it's up. And they say it's good. That
Ottawa with
brings
6-point lead.
abs that break takes them just that little bit past, little bit further.
Now, most importantly, still one-score game. So a touchdown means it's still anybody's game right here. Also, J-Rab, I know you best as Joy-Rab. Welcome in to watching. I hope you're enjoying yourself. He is a kicker as well.
Oh, gotta love those kickers. Here we go with the kickoff from the 30. And it's up. Fielded around the 7-yard line. Run up there by Delano Jr. For Anthony Delano.
Good spin move. Good spin move.
Brings it up to the 32. Very nice return there. Just like you said.
Yeah, this is pretty good field position. Anything past the 30, we would actually say it's actually pretty good after a kick return like that.
Absolutely. Usually it's between the 20 to the 25, 27 max. Unless they really break it away. But we see an I formation. Back to throw. Short little drop back. Passes over to the side to JZ Bacon, it looks like. No, that's Toronto. Toronto Rivera, the fullback, taking that reception.
Yeah, we got to get some fullback love. They're not just blockers in this. They can catch the ball themselves and run, too. St. Louis does a really good fullback run, actually, whenever they can.
Same thing with Mexico City in the pros also has a very solid fullback in Bentley. Here we see a split back in the pro formation.
Offense is changing the play.
A spin move, and he is broken out and running down the sideline. He is taken down. Number 26, Terrence Pearson on the tackle there. It is not good news when your cornerback is the one that's forced to tackle the halfback.
And that was good good progression by the quarterback. He saw something different. He changed the play up. And look at that. One man to beat. If he had to beat him, he was definitely gone to the house.
One thing that those that are sort of new to the SFL or SFLm, either of those two, the running backs come in 3 different flavors. We call them archetypes. One of them is what you saw with JZ Bacon is the finesse type, and they're the very mobile. They spin a lot and juke and, slip tacklers in that way, make them think you're going one way, and you see them like do a little Superman dive to try to tackle them, only they spin out of the way at the last moment. There's on the other side of the spectrum is the power back, and those are like the hard-nosed, they will run you over like a big bulldozer. We saw that with the minor league player Randy Squarebush last minor league season. And then in the middle, there is the balance back, which is sort of a little bit of both. They're more mobile than the power back, but they're a little bit more hefty and powerful than the finesse back. It's always fun to find out which one and see which team has what type of running back. Again, it looks like JZ Bacon is, I believe, a finesse back, and seeing how he plays out there. Oh.
That could have been a touchdown if you had to catch that one.
Again, that was the fullback out there in the middle, across that maybe 12, 15 yards downfield. Just not quite that. I don't know if it was the pass that was off target or his route that was off target, but either way, that connection, what would have been a great catch was not in the books or not in the stars.
And just to elaborate, all 3 archetypes do see play in the pros. Because we see Brad Jones is a balance type in the Houston right now. Doug Brown is a finesse back. He's playing on Tulsa. And Randy Squarebush, all minor league players last season. Randy being the power back, obviously. Got drafted and are playing. So, doesn't matter which archetype is more befitting that you want to play. It's all you ask. Just got to know the ins and outs.
Yep. And, if a good offensive coordinator will be able to make use of any of those types, and obviously the types of plays change based on the archetype and things. But there we have another a touchdown. Like you said, it becomes it was just a 1 point or 1 score difference this game so far.
Yep, and with the extra point, they could actually take the lead.
That was number 86. That was a wide receiver 3, a generic or backup wide receiver, making that reception, which is actually kind of a rare sight. Generic players tend to not have the best hands. But again, so that's why we're wanting to have as many user players as we can out on the field, fill up these rosters with actual human beings, because they can progress where the generics are pretty much stuck at the base level for every single attribute. And the extra point is good, making it a 1 point game with the flight now taking that lead.
Yeah, I believe this is the first lead for the San Jose Flight.
We still have it's over 16 minutes left in the game.
And there we see the deputy commissioner himself coming in and checking out the game.
It definitely is a close game. I mean, other than a tie, this would be as close as you can get. Fun little Superman tackle that was tried to be done there by number 46, but moved out of the way was number 11. Gus Scott there on the return, bring it out to their own 27-yard line.
So that was a nice. That was a nice 5-minute, almost 6-minute drive by the flight, taking time off the clock as well.
Again, that time of possession does sometimes come into play as to which team can control the way that the gameplay on the field. There we see number 56, Adam Chance, out there making that big tackle for loss, a loss of 2 yards on that play. Single back in the backfield. 2 tight ends at the top and 2 wide receivers on either end. Short drop, sidearm throw, successfully caught for the first down. Just gets past that pylon. It's number 88.
I do believe that is a generic as well.
That it is. It's a second string tight end behind Dusty Rourke.
Just enough time in the pocket to see the open that they could to turn upfield.
Cyrus Jive showing his composure there in that somewhat collapsing pocket. It was a very busy and tight area there for him, but successfully able to get it out. Here we see a strong spread formation. Hand off to the running back, Dwayne Salmons, runs it up the gut, or off to the side a little bit for a gain of 2 yards there.
We're looking at 2nd 8 on the Ottawa 40. Just about 4 minutes left to play in the third.
Lone back in the backfield, 2 wide receivers, 1 at top and 1 at the bottom. Looks like a 4-3 defense. Passing it over the middle. It is hauled in even though it was in traffic. Number 46.
Generics are coming out to play today.
They are. Again, the generics tight ends on one team are the same as the generics on the other. But the real people are where the magic happens, because they're the ones that get to build and grow their player. I hope it's back up and running. Sorry about that. Seems to have some sort of technical lag, something going on my computer. It just sort of froze for a second. I'm hoping everybody's seeing it back. Daniel, are you still there? Daniel, can you hear me? Hello? I'm back. Okay, I don't know. I might have lost Daniel. I'm gonna reconnect. Great. I'm glad you guys can hear.
Okay, how about now? Can you hear me now?
I can, yes.
Okay. Uh, yeah, I could see everything. I was trying to talk the entire time, so I hope they was able to hear me anyway.
All right. So far, it's fine, but it was lagging a few seconds ago. Perfect. I'm glad it's back. I can hear Daniel again. Can you hear Daniel? Do you want to talk, Daniel?
Yeah, I can talk. How you doing, everyone? We'll do a small little hashtag now sponsorship here with get your chance to get Tabletop Simulator on Steam while you can. Play your board games all online with your friends.
Yes, here, Daniel. Good. We're back. All right. Thank you all for hanging in there for that. You gotta love technology, right? But I'm glad that the game was still rolling. So, all right. So there we saw what looked to be a little handoff to number 23, Mr. Bacon.
Perfect. Everybody can hear me. Let's get back into the action.
JC, I wonder if he was just regular ham beforehand and then started smoking and became bacon. And then since
How many puns did you think of or have written down for this game? I feel like you're just ticking them off on a word spreadsheet right now, just going down line.
I was trying to think of something around like American bacon versus Canadian bacon or something.
We don't talk about Canadian bacon. It's just ham. It's literally just ham, guys. Canadian bacon is ham.
All right, so here we see Bacon again trying to get in there, just not able to see anything fruitful there. Loss of 1 on that play. He's no ham. He's tenderized though, but hey, I'll be here all night. I accept tips. All right, so you see a lone back in the backfield there. 2 wide receivers, 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom, lining up against a nickel defense. Making a change on the line of scrimmage there is Jordan Sipe.
The last time he changed the play, he got a good big run. So let's see if he actually saw something he likes.
Ooh, could have had a nice little pass over the top there, but Josh Neal there, number 22, able to break it up.
And yes, that dad joke level was 100. I do agree.
What's the max level there? Can I get up to 99 or 999 or something?
3rd and long, so secondary better be ready.
All right, this is a gun straight formation. 3 wide receivers on the bottom, 1 at the top. Goes back over to the side. Wow, that jump there, deflecting that pass. Terrence Pearson.
Yeah, he saw the whole way, good hands, and forced the punt.
Something of beauty. Maybe taking some ballerina lessons, getting that vertical worked out. 4th and 11. Really pushing them back, really keeping that pressure on Ottawa is to the flight. Fielded at Ottawa's 47 is where they'll start with this ball, with this drive.
Only 30 seconds left in the 3rd.
Offset eye in the back, 3 wide receivers. Handoff up the gut, going nowhere.
That running game is very hard. The front line is stopping them every chance they can get. Come by chance like that one by Mr. Adam Chance himself.
Do you think it is he plans it that way to be in that gap, or do you think it's only by chance?
Oh, oh, oh. I feel like I set you up for that one.
Absolutely. I'll take it all day. Over the... Oh my goodness, the flight have intercepted it.
Looked like that was bouncing off the head for a little bit, but Ryan James comes down with the ball.
So the flight will take over there after that. And the end of the third quarter. One thing you'll notice in the SFL pro games, as well as many of the SFLm games, is that they'll say at the beginning of the fourth quarter, we put 4s in the chat. So if you guys want to simply type 4 and put it in the chat, that's great. You'll also see many people put the number 86. 86 is in memory of a SFL player that sadly had passed a year or two ago, I believe. I don't know all the details. Wow, this is a great run there. I believe that's number 23, Mr. Bacon.
Yeah, there was a good block on the outside. Really took the man out of the play. Literally pancaked him.
And there he cuts. I'd almost say that was a thick cut for Bacon.
Well, let's hope he continues to be very crispy on this play.
7.2 yards averaging per carry. That is quite... That's actually very, very, very good. I'd say, as an offensive coordinator myself, if you can get 3.5 yards per carry on average, that's like the minimum to say this is a really good running game. That ultimately gives you at 3 plays. If you run each time, you'll have the first down. That's what I'd like to think. But at 7.6, man, that is near over double that. So
yeah, and now Flight are marching. Looks like they can't be stopped after that interception.
He spins to get out of there. Is he going to be able to be caught? He is taken down at the 14, but not after roughly a 20-25 yard gain. Mr. Jay-Z.
He is moving very crisply right now to actually make the play. That spin move was beautiful. One man to beat, just doesn't have the legs quite to beat number 24, Amir Bryant Jr.
Right.
Back to pass. Throws it over the middle, and he does get his man for a touchdown. That is, we haven't seen his name, I don't think, called yet. That is Jay Viper, new wide receiver for the Flight, number 15.
No better time than get your name called than a touchdown.
Absolutely, and to be able to start running away with this game so far, this might be exactly what the Flight need and exactly what the Ottawa Cavalry were fearful of coming out. This will make it, with this extra point, will make it an 8-point game, 8-point lead, which really sets that tie with the 8 points, the 6 plus the 2-point conversion, almost further out of reach than before.
Yeah, while still technically a one-score game, you do need that 2-point conversion, which is not guaranteed, can be very tough to get.
They do get that extra point in the end, so we now have a 16-24 game with the Flight having just taken that lead.
Still plenty of time in the fourth, so Ottawa doesn't need to be moving the ball scarcely and running to hurry up just yet. They still got plenty of time to work.
That is right. This last, if I had to guess, this last drive that the Flight just scored on was a pretty quick drive itself, maybe 1 or 2 minutes long, nothing too long. We see Gus Scott with the kick return up to the 26. We see 3 wide receivers at the top, 1 at the bottom, single back, toss to the back. Some decent blocking in the middle, but there was just a large group of flight exactly where the running back Dwayne Salmons was heading. Number 34 there, credited with the takedown. That is,
Number 34? That's a
yeah,
strong safety.
D. Greystone. Pretty new addition to the flight, doing what they can to help out. Offset, a toss in the backfield, again to for no gain, again to the running back Dwayne Salmons.
As much as I love them continuing to try and do the run game, you need to get some passes in now. Maybe look in the middle again. We've seen it being a little bit of a easy coverage. They kind of lay off in the middle of the field. Let's see if they can actually get a throw for a big gain here.
Drops back for the throw off to the side. It is successfully caught, but I think the pass might have been off target slightly, forcing Gus Scott to leap, turn around, and land for sort of a yard less than where he actually was standing if the pass were more on target, if I would say.
Yeah, it looked a little high, so he had to jump up and get the ball, and that might have been what the problem was.
So forced to punt here. Punt is away. Pretty high, but not terribly long. Received at the 45. Brought up for another 2 yards to the 47. And that's where the flight will take over. So the flight line up in a staggered or offset I, strong I. Run back for the pass. A pass behind the line of scrimmage. Jay-Z Bacon lucky enough to get back up to that line of scrimmage for no loss, but no gain. And probably
very lucky to get back too.
Probably a bruise or two as well at the look at how heavy he was tackled there.
That looked like could have been a 4-yard loss. So he fought for every yard to get back to the line of game.
We see 2 wide receivers, one at the top, one at the bottom, with a single back in the backfield. Little handoff to the side, taken down pretty quickly for a gain of 1. Number 53 on the stop.
And this is a critical 3rd down now. Ottawa wants to stop here so they can get the ball back with some time to take your time through the motions. You really don't want to be caught in a hurry up, needing down a score.
Again, the wide receiver having to make a, this is a wide receiver, backup wide receiver, doing what he can just to simply turn around and catch that ball, even though he was on his backside.
Ottawa does get the stop. They'll have 6 minutes now to run with the ball.
Kick is off. And it goes into the end zone for a touchback. So Ottawa will take over at their own 20-yard line. That's always I love seeing when special teams goes really well and they're able to pin it right at that goal line or 1-yard line inside that 5. It's always fun to watch.
It is always fun to watch, unless you're on the opposite side.
Very true. Absolutely, very true. Here we see a split spread gun formation, drop back to pass. Solid pass over the middle, and the receiver's legs keep fighting, moving their way, I think gaining an extra 2 or 3 yards after the catch there, just simply powering themselves forward before being taken down.
Good catch and run by Gus Scott, and it's right in the middle, right? That nice, easy zone that you got to get those yards when you can. I like to see you keep throwing now and just see what you can do off that. But it looks like this is set up for a 1 play.
Not bad. It's nice to see that they did not go for a toss run or a toss play back there. Those were not working the last drive. So just simply the handoff up the gut, nearly 2 yards, nearly that first down. Let's see if maybe they simply run that same play again. So we have
Third
a
and inches. It should go up the middle. He's changing the play. See something he doesn't like.
little toss here again. Just doesn't have that strength or speed to get in there quite yet. Loss of almost 2 on that play. Number 30 there, a player we haven't called yet, KJ Alesho, I think is how it's pronounced. Alesho. If I think he phonetically spelled it out in SFLm Gen Chat a week or 2 ago.
Well, I'm going to trust you to handle that name because I won't be able to know how to pronounce it. What's more, the Flight have good field position about midfield.
4.5 minutes left in this game. Again, the Ottawa Cavalry are looking to do another quick stop before the Flight get into a field goal position or range and get that ball back to be able to get down that field to even have a chance. They'll need this stop here.
Changing the play up once again.
Handoff up the middle. That group.
He had a hole if that person didn't catch him.
And that's one of your favorites, number 53, with that tackle.
Did he have, I don't know, 1 Mississippi? Maybe 2 Mississippi?
I think that might have been his 7th Mississippi tackle out there so far in this game. Solo back in the backfield, receiver at the top and the bottom. Little toss to the top. Ooh, and he just tries to get a little bit further out there. Number 22 taking him down. He must have been reading that run, sniffing it out, smelling it out from the beginning. Josh Neal, that's strong safety back there in the backfield.
Yeah, he saw it the whole way. So 3rd and long. Secondary better look alive, even though that secondary got in on the tackle that time. Tackled there by 23, Kevin Smoker, another free safety for Ottawa.
I'm gonna have to. I was gonna try to find something funny to say around.
Did he smoke that bacon? You wanted that one?
But they're
I'll
on
give you
different.
that one.
They're on different teams. I couldn't say it. It didn't quite work. So they did exactly what they wanted to there, and held them. Actually, pushed them back 2 yards. So strong outing there by the Cavalry D. So here we see reception here at about the 11-yard line, and not going much further than to 13.
Time is taken away now.
Look at those.
2 minutes and 30 seconds left.
Bryant James says 13 tackles, one of them for a loss. That you've had some high numbers of tackles in a game. But that's pretty high, especially for just a simple scrimmage like this. 13.
Very high, and for a strong safety to boot is phenomenal to see.
Mm-hmm. We have quads out there, and the wide receivers back to pass. A little iffy pass is caught and hauled in there. They're in the hurry up. I couldn't quite make out what number that is. 87?
Like 87 by the
was
looks
it?
Of it.
That's what I was thinking too. Another same quads play here. Single back to pass. Fake pass over to the sideline. Gets it connection. That's number 86. That is the backup wide receiver. Gomez. Gets out of bounds there, stopping that clock.
Exactly. I was just about to say that. He got out of bounds. That means the clock is stopped, so she'll get one more play before the 2-minute warning.
KJ there again, cornerback for the Flight on that push out. Nice solid tackle, keeping him from getting any more yardage. Split back there, pro formation with the wide receivers. Back to pass, over to the top, the out route, but tackled in bounds, but simply it goes to that 2-minute warning. This is a nice drive that the Cavalry, where has this been previously? They've been really focusing on that run, I guess, but now
Yeah, they were focused on the run, trying to get that going, but this is do or die now. You're probably not gonna get another chance. This is your time to go. So air it out. See what you can do.
single back pro formation again. They might simply go for that same out route. They on the other side of the field this time, but runs out of bounds. Number 84, Adam Banks.
Looks like he wanted someone to tackle him out of bounds because he kept running after he hit the white line.
Sort of taunting the others, come hit me, with a late hit. But so far, I've been liking what they've been putting together in this drive so far.
Yeah, and they moved the ball fairly quickly down too. They're already up to 32.
The gun straight package here over the middle. A lot of wide open real estate there. Gets up to the 2-yard line, but the clock is ticking. We'll see what they decide to do here.
And that was the tight end, Dusty Rourke.
Nice to see her get getting back into the mix of things. That middle has been pretty tight or locked down by the defense, except in that one play, which probably is why we haven't seen her any receptions from her lately. Little handoff here for the first down. That was a nice little run up the gut there.
They got the first down, but time is ticking.
That it is.
They do have 3 timeouts still, so they still got some time to play with.
At the 20.5-yard line. Single back pro. He's making some adjustments. Little audibles. A lot of times those come out as a quick out. Ooh. Defense not quite as disciplined as they probably should have been. Jumps offside.
First penalty of the game, ain't it?
I think so. No, there was that one that was called back. Yeah. The first proper one. The other one was negated. This one I don't think
stops the clock.
Oh, that's another good point too. That is actually, that right there, Jacob DeBall, we'll say, like you said, I think how you pronounced it, not uncommon for young defensive end to jump off sides. They are very hungry to get in there and any advantage that they can get, and it's not uncommon even in the pros for copper and bronze defensive ends to jump off sides. So brush it off and move on. All right. Was pretty close to getting that first down, but they're within inches. We'll see what they can convert here in the hurry up.
Yeah, and that was Dusty Rourke once again making the catch.
Long drop back, pass over the middle, also caught. Timeout called. Number 84, Adam Banks there with what would be considered a nice solid clutch play to get that first down, that reset of downs.
Yeah, and now they're on first and goal on the 8, 35 seconds. You got plenty of time here.
Let's see if they can get in that end zone.
Now remember, they do have to make a 2-point conversion as well if they do get in the end zone.
Spread formation by the receivers. Back to pass. Ooh, that pressure was coming. He just got it out of his hands, which I think was lucky, or else he would be set back a solid 5 yards or more.
Yeah, it was very good to get the ball out because it also stops the clock.
True. 31 seconds left.
Don't have to waste a timeout because that was instant timeout if they had to go down.
Yeah, as things go, it couldn't have worked any better actually for them. Back to pass, looking at what's out there. Ooh, and he slides out of bounds too. Wow, that defender almost tapped that away. Had he done that, could have been a very different ball game. But now they're at the 4, slid out of bounds. 27 seconds left. It's 3rd and goal, so they have 2 more shots to get in the end zone.
This is definitely 4 down territory. So you definitely 2 plays.
They've got 4 wide receivers out there, 1 tight end, empty backfield. Back to pass, pump fake over the middle, caught. Number 88, it looks like. 86.
Gomez, generic, coming in clutch.
We're just finding
Like
that
number
slight.
33 tried to make a diving catch.
Yeah,
Diving interception.
I was gonna say that slight little gap in that defense just sort of sat right in there, and the quarterback just knowing exactly where he needed to throw it, gets it in there. Here we see, can they convert?
It looks like a run and play.
A toss. Oh, will they? What will they say? They did not. There's no extra points on that scoreboard, so that's exactly
on the goal line.
Like literally inches away from that threshold.
Now they have to do an onside kick and hope to recover the ball, but they only got 24 seconds if they do.
Onside's away, bouncing up and down, caught very quickly by the flight and downed. Flight recover. That very well might be the game right there. Number 26, does that for the flight? Looking at my list, that's
Pearson.
That's wrong team though.
Is it?
I think it's the flight that recovered, number 26.
Oh yeah.
So it must have been.
Right. Yeah, it must have been generic.
So here we see what people say is the favorite formation or the best formation in football is the kneel down victory formation. So with that kneel down, Ottawa's calling timeout.
But they can't stop the clock enough. So this is
formality.
Rudimentary, yeah.
I'm sure you agree. Oftentimes, you never know in APF games. So for me, as a matter of fact, I try to just wait till 000s to say the good game, just because you never know what can happen out there. Say the quarterback fumbles and gets picked up and run back. Who knows? But we are super close. Ottawa has no more timeouts left. So this next kneel down should be the last play of the game.
And it was a good game by both teams. Came down to the very end.
Absolutely.
So can't expect anything better.
No, this was entertaining. The first quarter started a little slow. It started, the first half itself was, starting to simmer and heat up towards the end. But this second half, both, especially this last drive, that Ottawa pulled together to get within 2 points and have a chance to tie it with that 2-point conversion. You can't expect anything less, or anything more from, a team that's out here, still almost 2 months away from the start of the regular season.
Yeah,
so with that,
we get progressions in too.
Absolutely. Now's the time to join the league. If you're interested in joining the league, head on over to simulationfl.net, find the button that says join the Discord. That'll bring you there and give you all the information, whether or not you want to join now, whether you want to join the conversations that are happening with other players, other coaches, other teams. That's perfectly fine too. We're there to answer all of your questions that you might have. And we're there to, join the community. And again, now is a great time to join because you've got, roughly 6 or 7 weeks of progression to get underneath you for those, instead of those that are joining right at the start of the regular season or into the regular season. So you're going to be beasting out there more so than others. So that's always a great thing as well. So yeah, great performance. We're looking at, you can see some of the stats by some of the stars tonight. JZ Bacon ended up with 115 yards.
Which is really good because the first half he didn't have a whole lot of yards, so a lot of that came in the second half.
Mm-hmm. And Salmons, I think he finished with, I think it said 37 yards. Trouble time running. I think there were certain plays that he ran really well with simply like the strong ISO or the dives in the middle. The toss plays around the side were not very fruitful for him, and really negatively impacted those yards. But a solid field goal, 3-point field goal by the kicker for the flight tie over there was a great thing. Here we see Bryant James, 15 tackles on the night, 1 interception. It's not often you see defensive players of the game. So many times they go to the offense, but Bryant James really a standout tonight. Great to see. You have to keep an eye out for him as the regular season starts soon.
Yeah,
So
huge tackle count for a strong safety right there.
So that is the end of the game. Just want to thank you all for joining us. It was a great time. Thanks for the great interaction in the chat. I hope you guys enjoyed it. A nice solid like hour and a half, hour 45 minutes. Really enjoyed getting to know you all. This whole new crop of minor league players. Really excited to see that. Hopefully, we were mentioning the minor league fights and insights stream that will be starting next month here. This exact same Twitch channel with myself, Daniel, players like Sean Kaufman, Johnny Reno, other players that were in the minors last season coming back, Derek Meerkat, Robert Cherry, a variety of other people that might join us on the show, Nathaniel Diggs, good people, good friends. Coming to help out. And if you're interested in coming on the show to have an interview, we usually interview between 1, 2, 3, sometimes maybe even 4 players we might be able to fit in onto a show to be able to talk with you, ask you a few things about how you found the league, what your favorite parts are so far, what you're looking forward to, if you modeled your player after certain people, that kind of thing, to really highlight who you are, get your name out there in front of the other teams. And what else do we cover, Daniel?
Well, we talked about the mechanics.
Yep,
I
yep.
always like to let people informed, uh, get you guys understanding more about the league, more about the game itself, and what you should progress to be the best player you can be. And that's the very big part for us, is to make sure that you guys are set off to succeed. And because a lot of people don't really watch the minor leagues as much as we do, and we just love it so much that we made this so the minor leagues have a chance to shout, to speak, to have people recognized, and so that's what we do.
Yeah, and I just popped our Discord link in the channel as well. If you want to join there, uh, we're available. Many of us, there's a lot of people there that are there to answer a lot of your questions. If you've got some, stay tuned with shows that are upcoming. We've got like the schedule for our shows for our this next season. We recorded 15 total episodes last season that are available on the YouTube channel that I have, that you can get to in the Discord channel as well. We're also full-fledged members of the SFL. And Daniel, you joined the Tacoma team as well, so you're in the minor league chat too.
I have not joined. I think that was Johnny Reno actually
Okay, Johnny Reno.
coming
Okay,
back. Yeah.
cool. But we're available, and I am the Madison offensive coach, so I'm they're representing Madison, but also in general representing the SFL minor league itself. Swole, who was in here, Joshua Williams, is a great resource as well. Heads up the SFLm Twitch channel or Twitch account and other things, really involved. Just there's so many people, so many great people that are here for you to answer your questions if you have any, or just really to chat and have fun. That's really what this is about. Is about getting together the community and having fun around something that we enjoy, whether football, or if you're new to football, we can help educate you as well. So anyways, without further ado, I want to say thank you for joining us. We look forward to the next one, which is in a few weeks, I think, a couple weeks. I think it's the 8th, 9th, March 9th, something like that. But you'll be able to see more of that on
The March 9th, Wednesday.
perfect Wednesday, March 9th. Same bat channel, same bat time. Cool. Anyways, thank you all for joining us. Daniel, do you have any last words?
I just want to say thank you guys. So nice to see so many new chatters and new viewers in the channel watching their players play, and just see people that aren't in the league supporting other people. It's so nice to see. That's what brings us all together, and I can't wait to meet and talk to you guys.
Cool. All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Hope you all get a chance to relax and enjoy any other SFL games that are on Saturday and Sunday night. So with that, have a good night. See you all later.